What's the fewest people that could repopulate Earth? I would imagine two. But then at what point does being inbred... Like, at what point do you evolve out of being inbred? Because, like, Adam and Eve, if you believe in that shit, fair play to you, but... Hey, I respect your belief. Adam and Eve, I wonder, was it... Eve's got to be brunette, bro. She can't have been blonde. Surely you had to be like... Adam probably looked like me, tall, dark, and handsome. And then Eve just must have been... Oh my god. Point is, at what point do kids stop becoming inbred? Because obviously, if Adam and Eve have kids, then their kids would have to cheat, or like the parents would have to cheat the kid. That's rough off rip, bro. That is actually rough off rip because either they've got to keep having kids, and then the kids have got to, or one of the parents has got to have it with the kid. Oh, I mean, we're probably inbred on like a molecular level because we would have all started from like one cell, like billions of years ago. But I don't think on the biological, like multicellular, multi-organism level, we're all inbred. Again, unless if you believe in Adam and Eve dossing about and Eve cheated on Adam with a fucking snake or some shit and biting an apple, but fair play. Anyway.
Imagine nuclear blasts, asteroids, or alien lasers killed off almost all of the humans on Earth. Obviously, there would be a bunch of potential post-apocalyptic problems that we would have to deal with depending on the disaster at hand. Our food supply might be irradiated, our atmosphere unbreathable, heck, all the planet's water could have boiled away. And if any of that stuff happens, we're probably doomed no matter what. But all those problems aside, how many people would it take to actually rebuild a genetically sustainable human population after being nearly...
Surely it would just take four. It would take two couples, right? Yeah. Because, like, you could have second cousin isn't inbreeding, or is very distant inbreeding. Like, the kid wouldn't come out with problems. Because you could have, like, two parents, they both have kids, their kids go with their kids, another kid with another kid, and then, oh no, because then it would still share. Maybe six, maybe two, maybe three couples, and then you would have, I don't know, bro, family's complicated.
Wiped out. We have some actual
I guess he's also talking about like repopulating the whole. Like, he's probably going to go down the route of like how many people. For some reason I'm making this all about inbreds.
It's to go on here because this issue has been considered by two groups of researchers, those who study endangered species and those who study space colonization. And the big issue here is bad genes. Hi, I'm Cameron, and this is Minute Apocalypse. Any given human probably carries recessive genes for at least one deadly disease or another, and while a single
That is actually fucked. We all just carry something that's going to kill it. Like, it's just ingrained into us. It's like a ticking time bomb. And we're just waiting on, what's going to kill me, bro? Like, okay, I promise there is wood down here. Touch wood. Also, if you don't believe that that's real wood, my hand is on my cock. Touch wood. What would I die of? I'm trying to think. Does cancer run in my family? There's a bit of cancer in my family. Heart disease. I think I'll have... I don't want to, but I think I'll go out with some, like, Alzheimer's and then my heart... I know you can't die of Alzheimer's, but can't you forget, like, bodily functions via doing that? And then something just gets... It'll probably just be my heart, bro. Because I'm an absolute fucking legend and I'm just pumped all the time. I do have a really high resting heart rate. Like, I'm not massively unfit, but even like when I'm more unfit than I used to be because I used to play football a lot. But even when I was fit, my heart rate, I would be like fitter than everyone else in like a PE lesson or some shit because I'm a bit of a mad lad like that. And then everyone would do like a heart rate test, and like the fat bitch over there that literally can't jump over a hurdle. No offense, I'm sure you're doing well for yourself now, but you couldn't. She would be at like a heart rate of like 110, 120 BPM. Meanwhile, I don't feel that out of breath, but I'm sat at like a solid 150. So I think I've just got a naturally high resting heart rate. Does that mean I have high blood pressure as well? That's probably why I've got a bad hairline. And oh my god, that's actually, I can look, even though I can't, I'm not touching the hairline right now, I can just feel how bad it is.
Copy of one of these genes is no big deal. Having multiple copies could end up giving you that disease, genetically dooming you. And the fewer survive...
Isn't that what some people have though? Like, I've seen those tests where people have like they get like the genetic test done, and if like both parents have the bad gene, you're pretty much cooked. Peak, bro. I'm just never going to do that test. It's not going to make a difference to, like, it's not going to be able to change the gene, so what's the point in taking the test? Nah, I wouldn't want to know when or how I'm going to die.
Survivors there are, the smaller the pool of genes will be that future generations will draw from, increasing a person's chances of getting two copies of the same bad gene. Likewise, the more survivors there are, the more different genes there are, and the smaller the chances would be that one would get multiple copies of the same disease-giving gene. So there must be a critical minimum number of survivors. And the space colony scientists have estimated that an off-world founding population would likely need roughly the population of 11th century London, at least 14,000 people.
Oh, okay, that's not actually that bad. That seems reasonable. Sticking, well, 14,000 people on the moon, 14,000 breakfast, lunch, and dinners, bare water, 2 liters of water, 42,000 liters of water a day on the moon. So you would need 15,330,000 liters of water a day. Fill 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Oh, so you're telling me for like 1 million people to... Well, I guess that's just drinking water, but 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools. We could do that, bro.
Because I think
Oh, that's the wrong video.
At least 14,000 people, in order to maintain a healthy gene pool and to preserve the technological and cultural.
So is that... people talk about like gene pools and like healthy gene pools and like good-looking gene pools. Is that genuinely what happened in like the Netherlands and like Scandinavia? Why just all of their women are just so lame? Because they all just got the fight... Like, and all the guys are so lame. Like, they're lame, tall, usually pretty wham. They do have big foreheads. So I think I could pass, you know, tack. I think that's thank you in Norwegian or something like that. But yeah, they just got good. But how did they get the good gene pools? Did they just have like a strict system where they would like, okay, attractive people with attractive people, ugly people with ugly people, kill off the ugly people, keep the attractive people alive? Some like real looks maxing type shit. It's kind of actually fucked up. So the women that go for ugly men that make them laugh, even though they're hot, are literally the reason why. So it's actually quite selfish going for the ugly man, because then you make everyone else ugly, even though you're attractive. Bro, that's actually far. Why don't they go for attractive guys like me and you watching this video?
Aspects of society. But we want bare bones here. We can worry about redeveloping society and technology later. If we're only concerned with our species' survival, space colony math suggests that we could get by with roughly 5,000 people. But about 800,000 years ago, our primate ancestors actually rebuilt their population from an even smaller number, a breeding pool of around 1,300 people. Those people might have gotten away with this, at least in part, because the group was genetically diverse. They likely didn't share the same bad genes. And if we were to get really lucky as far as genes goes, the math suggests we could get by with as few as 150 to 500.
Nah, but then at that point you are just like fucking your neighbours and cousins, and I just get it back to 14,000.
100 survivors, which is about the number of people on a single commercial airline.
Oh, imagine that being like the whole family, just whoever's on the airline, you're just stuck. To be fair, there are usually a lot of airport rockets, like the airport girls, bro, and you see them and they walk past with their suitcase and you're like, whoa, paid a bit of eye tag, and they just don't rate you. They're just staring back at you to basically say, what the fuck are you looking at me?
Flight, but that's close to an absolute minimum. However, if we could see the apocalypse coming, some scientists argue that we could get by with a carefully selected, genetically diverse group of as few as...
Oh, so if you picked them. Genuinely, is this going off looks or... No, this is the whole genetics. Like, I don't know what my genetics are. Bro. Apart from the forehead genetics, I'm pretty good. I mean, to be fair, I've got no lats. Like, I can't lat spread to save my life. And I've got quite wide hips. But I think that would be good because wide hips is good for, like, childbearing, right? I'm not sure if that transfers from man to woman. Like, if a dad has wide hips, will the girl necessarily have, like, wide hips? I'm not sure. I think I would be in that 98, bro. I think we both would be in that 98. To be fair, there'll probably be about 98 people that watch this video. That's optimistic. There's probably going to be about 13. I think we'd all be in it, though.
98 people. And in this scenario, all the survivors would have to be at reproductive age, and they'd need to be managed by a strict set of...
Please let me be part of this 98, please. I just want a G.
reproductive rules that ensures they only mate with the most distantly related member of the population. This basically is how zoos run breeding programs for endangered species, one of which rehabilitated the black-footed ferret population from just 24
Black-footed ferret. Oh, that's fucking adorable. That actually is very cute. I'm glad they're alive. Big whiskers though, fucking hell. Nearly as fucking prominent as my goatee. I can't grow facial hair.
24 surviving animals. This scenario raises a mind-boggling number of ethical questions, but theoretically it could work.
What's the ethical questions? Well, apart from obviously killing however many 9 billion people and leaving the 98, but it's not ethical. You pick, I would say you just pick one person, or you pick the 3 main languages. You bun off, I'm sorry, but you gotta bun off it. If you can't speak either Mandarin, Spanish, or English, right, get out. Like, if you can speak it as like a second language and you can speak it fluent, fine. But like, you gotta pick one of those three so that you can split into thirds, and then you all learn each other's, like, a bit of each other's languages, and then you can just cheat interracially. Bro, there's nothing ethically wrong with that, unless if you don't pick me, because then you're being racist.
And if you want to get really technical, we could restart society with one survivor. We would just really have to plan ahead. Like, if before the apocalypse even happens, we create a bank of frozen fertilized embryos that the lone survivor could give birth to, we'd have plenty.
But then, no, but that wouldn't work though, would it? Unless if they're completely like they've been fertilized and they're another lady's egg, and then she's just being the like. That is actually kind of mental. Wait, no, is that possible? Yeah, of course it's possible. Like, you can have an egg, or you can have a bloke's sperm, let's say my sperm, and then let's say, I'm not going to put a woman's name specifically, that's a really bad rabbit hole to go down, just an unreal brunette's egg. You could put her egg, fertilize it with my sperm, and then put it in another woman to give birth to. Right? Because then at that point, like, you don't share any genetics. Even though she's given birth, there's no genetic crossover, is there, with her? She can't have three parents. So then, yeah, her kids would be able to cheat. Obviously, it'd be a bit weird, like growing up, being raised, and then going, right, you gotta cheat your bro. You gotta cheat your sister. Figure it out. Bro, imagine that. Imagine being one of those kids growing up and then your mum just drops a bomb at you at like 13. Or do you reckon you would be attracted to each other? Oh, that's a great point. Would you be attracted to each other if you were this situation? Because it's not genetically, are you unattracted to your sibling? Or is it a nurture thing where it's like, oh, okay, obviously it's wrong to be him. But I guess there are inbreds. So yeah, I guess it's more of just like how you're raised and how it's ingrained into you. It's not a biological thing. But then it's got to be biological, because you wouldn't want to reproduce with your siblings or like family, because then your babies would come out kind of fucked up. No offense to any, fucked up babies, but like, it wasn't your fault. That's so peak, bro. Like, yeah, do you know how greedy that is to just like cheat your cousin and then just have a kid, and that kid's got to live its whole life just like, oh, he's like this. That's so fucked up, bro. Those parents should be in prison. Do you go to prison for having inbred kids? Surely you've got to, because you've literally just condemned that kid to a life of suffering. Pig.
Of genetic diversity to stave off the bad gene problem. This scenario is obviously also ethically fraught, but theoretically it's possible, and it would take only around 420 years to get back.
420. I hate weed. What am I on about?
Back to our current population size. So yes, with a lot of planning.
420 years from one gap. How many kids does she have? How the fuck does that work? I guess it obviously it's exponential, or it compounds, because if she had like 10 kids and then those 10 kids, yeah, okay, maybe 9 billion though. You get to like 8 or 9 billion in 420 years. I guess that's a lot of time.
We could restart humanity with just one person, but let's not build nuclear bombs this time, all right?
Oh, that was cool. That was actually a nice video. That was actually really chill. Minute Earth. Subscribe. Like that video. Having one person in a bunker just repeatedly impregnating herself with thousands of frozen sperm sounds like some Oh, that's funny. I mean, yeah, but it's got to be done. Someone's got to do it. Oh shit, this channel's been around for fucking ages. Oh, that's actually really cool. Okay, well, this is a good channel. Hopefully they don't copyright strike my videos and take it down. I feel like I've transformed the video. I've added to it. I've shouted you out. Also, my video is going to get about, what, 30 views? This has got 521k. I don't think you need to copyright strike my video, please. Please, what was his name? His name was Cameron, wasn't it? Yeah, no, shout out you, Cameron. Please don't take my video down. Okay, right. Invisible.